Alfonso on his deathbed keeps half his property for his wife and divides the rest equally among his 3 sons, Ben, Carl and Dave. Some years later, Ben dies, leaving half his property to his widow and half to his brothers Carl and Dave together, sharing equally. When Carl makes his will, he keeps half his property for his widow. The rest he bequeaths to his younger brother Dave. And when Dave dies, some years later, he keeps half his property for his widow and the remaining for his mother. Right? The mother now has rupees 15,75,000. So based on this data, there are 3 questions here. What was the worth of the total property? What was Carl's original share? And what was the ratio of all the property owned by the widows of the 3 sons in the end? So what do? Let's do the distribution. Let us assume that Alfonso's total property is A. Right? We have to make a chain here. Alfonso's, let's assume total property is A. Now this A got divided into 2 parts. A by 2 for the wife, which is his widow, right? And the remaining A by 2 was distributed among the 3 sons. The other part is A by 2. See, half his property was given to the wife. So this is the half. And the rest is A by 2, which was divided equally among the 3 sons, Ben, Carl and Dave. So which means this A by 2 will be divided equally among 3 sons, Ben, Carl and Dave. So Ben, Carl and Dave are the 3 sons. Each of them will get it equally. So if you try to divide A by 2 equally, each one will get how much? A by 6. See, you have to divide this into 3 parts. A by 2 should be divided into 3 parts. So A by 2 by 3 is A by 6. So each one gets A by 6. Ben gets A by 6. Carl gets A by 6. And Dave also gets A by 6. Now again we have to do the distribution of these 3. Right? I think this way it will eat up a lot of space. I don't have enough space here, but let's see. Now what happens to Ben's property? I mean, what will Ben do? Let's look at Ben's distribution. When Ben dies, he leaves half his property to his widow and half to his brothers Carl and Dave together. Right? So just look at it. Ben has got how much? A by 6. Now this A by 6 he divides between his widow. Half will be given to his widow. So A by 6 by 2. Right? You have to divide into 2 parts. A by 6 by 2. So A by 6 by 2 is A by 12. His widow gets A by 12. And what will he do? He divides half his property to the widow and half to his brothers Carl and Dave together, sharing equally. So remember, the other A by 12 will go to the 2 brothers in equal parts. Which means you have to make 2 more parts of A by 12. So A by 12 by 2, A by 24. A by 24 and A by 24. Remember, this A by 24 goes to Carl and Dave, right? This goes to Carl and this goes to Dave because he has divided the other half equally between his 2 brothers. You're able to follow? Now when you look at C, Carl, what is Carl's property? He already had A by 6 and he has got how much? A by 24 from his brother after his death. A by 6 plus A by 24. How much is this A by 6 and A by 24? 24 is the same, right? So A plus 4, 5A by 24. 5A by 24. This is Carl's property, 5A by 24. Now what will he do? He'll divide it in 2 parts. Out of 5A by 24, you're able to follow? 5A by 24. Let me write it neatly. 5A by 24. Out of 5A by 24, he'll give half to his wife. What is half of 5A by 24? 5A by 48. Gone to his wife. And he keeps half for his widow and he gives the other half to the brother Dave. The other half is what? 5A by 48. This goes to whom? 5A by 48 goes to Dave again. Right? Now how much will Dave have? Let me just clear this. You have understood, right? This goes to Dave. This part here goes to Dave. Now what happens to, what will be the total with Dave? Dave already had A by 6. Then he got A by 24 from Ben and he has got 5A by 48 from Carl. So what is the total? A by 6 plus A by 24 plus 5A by 48. Right? So what is the total that Dave will have? He'll have 48 is LCM, right? 48 is LCM. So this goes 8 times, this goes 2 times. 8 plus 2, 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. 15A by 48. Right? So this is total of Dave. 15A by 48. What will he do? He'll divide into two parts. One part for his wife. So 15a by 96 for the wife. And the other part 15a by 96 for mother. Right? Remember, when Dave dies, he keeps half his property for his widow and the remaining for his mother. You need not do all this diagram there in the exam. I mean, I was just trying to do the distribution. You can write it in statements also. I mean, just write simple linear equations and you'll get it. Okay. So this 15a by 96 goes to the mother. Now come to the real part of the question. He says the mother now has 15,75,000 rupees. Understand, what are the shares of mother? Let me highlight in different color, right? What are the shares of mother? Mother got a by 2 from husband initially, from the father, their father, and 15a by 96. The other two sons did not give anything to the mother, right? Ben and Carl did not give anything to mother. Only Dave gave half of his property to mother and the father gave half of the property to the mother there, right? So can I say that this 15,75,000 is equal to a by 2 plus 15a by 96? Yes. Solve for a. I mean, one equation and one unknown, right? Basically, how much is this? 96 is LCM. So 48 plus 15, 63, right? 63a by 96. This 63a by 96 is equals to 15,75,000 rupees. So when you solve for a, how much will a be? It's like a will be equal to 96 into 15,75,000 by 63. Right? So I think upon doing that calculation, you will find a to be 24 lakhs, which is the first question. What is the worth of the total property? Total property is a will be 24 lakhs. You can take it in percentages also. I mean, if you don't want to deal with fractions, if you think fractions is complex, you can take a as 100%. So this will be 50%, this will be 50%. And then this will be 16.66%, 16.66%, 16.66%. So this is 16.66%. I mean, a is equal to 100%. Instead of a, you take 100% everywhere. So 16.66%. This will be 16.66 by 2, 8.33, 8.33. Again, half of that. So 4.166, 4.166. I think that will only get complex as you move forward. So that is the reason I did not start with 100% or 100 rupees. I thought, because there were too many distributions happening, right? A by 2, then half of that, then half of that, then half of that, then half of that and all that. So I thought it will run into decimal values, which would be difficult to deal with. So I took fractions. But if you're comfortable with 100% or 100, you can do that also. Like you can start with the initial properties 100 rupees and divide, do the distribution, or start with initial properties 100% and then do the distribution. Anyway, I think upon doing this calculation, which is 63a by 96 equals to 15,75,000, you will find that a is equal to 24 lakhs. That's the answer for the first question. What is the worth of total property? 24 lakhs. Look at the second one. What was Carl's original share? What was Carl's original share? 5a by 24. No, sorry. Carl's original share, he said. Carl's original share is not this. Carl's original share is this, a by 6. Be careful. I'll use a different color so that you can understand it, right? Carl's original share is a by 6. Original share, he said. Focus on the word original. Carl's total share will be 5a by 24. But original share is a by 6. What is a in the previous question we have calculated? A is 24 lakhs. 24 by 6 is 4. So answer for this question should be 4 lakhs, option A. And the last one, look at the last one. The last part of the question says, what was the ratio of the property owned by the widows of the 3 sons in the end? What was the ratio of the property owned by the widows of the 3 sons at the end? So basically we have to look at the parts that were given to the widows of the 3 sons. So I think Ben gave a by 12. Carl gave 5a by 48 and Dave get 15a by 96. These are the parts. So you have to take the ratio. You're getting it? For the last question, the answer should be a by 12 is to 5a by 48 is to 15a by 96. Solve a anyway gets cancelled. I think 96 can be multiplied across, right? So this goes 96. How many times? This goes 96 8 times. So 8 we get here. Then this goes 96 into 2 times, right? 2 into 5 is 10 and this is 1 time 15. So I think 8 is to 10 is to 15, which is there. Is it there in the options? Option 2, 8 is to 10 is to 15. That's your answer. Clear? See what it says. The cost of an uncut diamond varies directly as the square of its weight. A diamond was cut into 4 pieces with their weights in the ratio 1:2:3:4. If the loss in the total value of the diamond was rupees 49,000, then the price of original diamond was. Well, a common question when you go for IT jobs aptitude test, right? I mean, all these IT companies ask such questions in their aptitude tests. Not very common in bank exams, but yes, you should be able to solve it with the concepts that we have discussed in ratio and proportions. So I'll give you 1 minute for this. Let's see how many of you get the answer. Okay, let's look at the solution now. See what the question reads. All right. So the question here says the cost of an uncut diamond varies directly as the square of its weight. A diamond was cut into 4 pieces with their weights in the ratio of 1:2:3:4. If the loss in the total value of the diamond was rupees 49,000, then price of the original diamond was, right? Then what was the price of the original diamond? Options have been given to us here: 40,000, 10,000, 56,000, 70,000, or none of these. So what did it say? It says that the cost of an uncut diamond, varies directly as the square of its weight. You're getting it? So cost of the diamond is proportional to the square of the weight, right? Cost of the diamond is proportional to the square of the weight. All right. Now a diamond was cut into 4 pieces with their weights in the ratio of 1:2:3:4. A diamond was cut into 4 pieces. 4 pieces, the weights are in the ratio of 1:2:3:4. If the loss in the total value of the diamond was rupees 49,000, then the price of the original diamond was. See, one point that you guys need to understand here is, let's assume if the cost is directly proportional to weight, then what happens? If the cost is directly proportional to weight, in this case, whether you cut the diamond into 4 pieces, 10 pieces, ratio 1:2:3:4 or 4:7:9:6, doesn't really matter. The cost will be directly proportional to the ratio here. There won't be any loss. You understand? There won't be any loss in the value of the diamond or anything for that matter. If the cost is directly proportional to weight, then there won't be any loss. But if you see the question here, he says there was a loss in the value of the diamond. There was a loss in the total value of the diamond because of cutting it into 4 pieces. And why is this loss coming into picture? It is just because the cost is proportional to the weight square. It is not proportional to weight. You're able to follow? If the costs were proportional to weight, then there won't be any loss. Because, you know, in whatever ratio you cut it, the cost will remain proportional to the weight. Add up all the weights, add up all the costs, you'll find that the total cost is equal to the sum of the individual costs. But since the cost is proportional to weight square, there would be a difference. There would be a difference in the total value. Total value of the original diamond versus total value of the pieces of the diamonds, right? So how do we solve this now? See, understand, the 4 pieces are in the ratio 1:2:3:4, right? The loss in the value, he says, is 49,000 rupees. The price of the original diamond has to be calculated. See, let's assume that the 4 pieces are like W1, W2, W3, W4, right? The weights are in the ratio 1:2:3:4. 1:2:3:4. So that's like, you know, you don't have to do all this in the exam, but just for the sake of clarity, right? X, 2x, 3x, 4x. Now, can you tell me what is the weight of the original diamond? These are the weights of the pieces. Original diamond will be what? Original diamond's weight will be what? W1 plus W2 plus W3 plus W4. Yes or no? The 4 pieces are in the ratio 1:2:3:4, which is like x, 2x, 3x, 4x. The original diamond's weight will be what? Original diamonds will be the sum of the weights. So W1 plus W2 plus W3 plus W4, which is like x plus 2x plus 3x plus 4x. So x plus 2x, 3x, 3x plus 3x, 4x plus 3x plus 3x, 6x plus 4x, 10x. You getting it? Now understand that the cost is proportional to weight squared. The cost is proportional to weight squared, which means the cost of original diamond will be proportional to what? 10x square, which is like equal to 100x square. You understand? And the cost of the 4 pieces will be proportional to what? Their cost will be proportional to, like, you know, x squared, 4x squared, 9x squared, and 16x squared. You understand? These are the weights. So their cost will be proportional to the square of the weights. X squared, 2x whole square, which is 4x squared, 3x whole square, which is 9x squared, 4x whole square, which is 16x squared. And the original weight is 10x. So the cost of the original diamond will be 10x whole square, which is 100x square. Now understand, these are costs, the ratio of the cost. C1 is to C2 is to C3 is to C4. You understand? This like C1, C2, C3 and C4. And this is the original diamond. I mean, you don't have to do all this in the exam. It's very simple to calculate in the exam, but I'm just trying to explain it in detail here. Now, if you actually observe the loss in the total value, let's say the cost of the original diamond is C, right? This corresponds to C, the original diamond's cost. The loss in the value is equal to C minus C1 plus C2 plus C3 plus C4. So which is like 100x squared minus all this x square, 4x square, 9x square, 16x square, which is equal to what? 5, 14 and 30, right? 30, 100 minus 30, 70. So 70x squared. Now this 70x squared is proportional to 49,000. Yes or no? Loss in the total value. How much is the loss in the value? The loss in the value is 70x squared. 70x square is proportional to 49,000. He's asking us to find the price of original diamond. Original diamond is how much? 100x square. So 100x square is equal to what? You understand? So what it actually means is this. If 70x squared is proportional to 49,000, then the cost of the original diamond 100x squared is equal to what? Cross multiply, you'll get the answer. So this question mark will be equal to 49 into 100 upon 70. So 490 by 7, 70 will be the final answer. 70k, 70,000, which is option 4. You getting it? The loss in the value is nothing but the original diamond's cost minus the sum of the cost of the individual pieces. Now, since the costs are proportional to weight square, we have taken 100x square minus x square minus 4x square minus 9x square minus 16x square, which comes out to be 70x square. This 70x square is giving us 49,000. Original diamond is 100x square. That will give us what? Cross multiplied to get the answer. Similarly, he may also ask you to find out the cost of the lightest piece. What is the lightest piece? X. So then what do we do? 70x square is 49k. X square is equal to what? Cross multiply. He may ask you to find out the cost of the heaviest piece. There are 4 pieces, right? Cost of the heaviest piece. The heaviest piece is W4 because the weight here is 4 parts when compared to the others. So the cost of heaviest weight piece will be 16x square. So if 70x square equals to 49k, 16x square equals to what? Right? So whatever be the question, you just need to do this proportionality. First, find out the cost in terms of weight square. Guess what you have done, right? Here you see all the costs are in terms of weight square. Original cost is also in terms of weight square. And then do the cross multiplication based on the required question, right? Based on the given question to get the answer. And then please cut down the number of steps. I mean, I've written too many steps here. You can just cut it down and just, play with numbers. All you need to do is 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus 4 square minus 10 square. That difference corresponds to 49,000. So original one, 100 square, 100 corresponds to what is the question? X square basically gets cancelled, right? That's the whole idea. X, Y and Z were sharing profits in the ratio of 4:3:2. Y retired from the firm and X and Z decided to share profits in the ratio of 3:2. Calculate the gaining ratio. So simple. Initial profit distribution between X, Y and Z was 4:3:2. So 4 parts, 3 parts and 2 parts. So whatever be the total profit, you divide that into 9 equal parts. 4 plus 3, 7 plus 2, 9. Out of those 9 parts, 4 parts would belong to X, 3 parts would belong to Y and 2 parts would belong to Z. That's the basic understanding. Now Y retired from this firm. Y retired from the firm. So Y no more exists here in terms of profit distribution, right? Profit will no more be given to Y. And then X and Z, you see X and Z decided to share profits in the ratio of 3:2. So the same total profit will now get divided in the ratio of 3:2, right? So the new distribution between X and Z will be 3:2. What is the gaining ratio? So from X to X dash and from Z to Z dash, how much is the gain is the question. What is the ratio between X to X dash and Z to Z dash is the question, right? What do we do? Simple. 4 plus 3 plus 2, 9 parts. 3 plus 2, 5 parts. I mean, you can assume some value and do it. Or, let's assume that total profit is 9 parts. I mean, if you don't want to go with numerical values, you can always assume that total profit is 9 parts. Total profit is equal to 9x, let's say. So X gets 4x, y gets 3x and z gets 2x, 4x, 3x and 2x. Now the only thing is when you're dividing the profit again between x dash and z dash, meaning the same x and y, x and z persons, when you're again dividing the profits between x and z as per the new ratio, you have to consider the total profit as 9x only. Here also the total profit remains same. You cannot change it. See, profit is not going to change. Profit will remain 9x. But divide this 9x between x and z, what happens? X dash will be equal to 3 out of 5. Yes or no? 3 and 2 parts. So total 5 parts, of which 3 belongs to x dash. So 3 out of 5 into 9x. And z dash will be equal to 2 out of 5 into 9x. That's it. So initial profit of x was 4x. New profit is 3 out of 5 into 9x. Initial profit of z was 2x. New profit is 2 out of 5 into 9x. Now it's asking us to find out the gaining ratio. Gaining ratio. Just take. What is the gaining ratio? Gaining ratio will be equal to x dash minus x by z dash minus z. Simplify this. X dash, you know, this is like 3 into 9, 27x by 5. 27x by 5 minus x. X is 4x. Divided by z dash. 2 into 9, 18x by 5 minus z is 2x. X anyway gets cancelled. See, the idea is again, I mean, you can also start with the numerical value. You can assume the total profit to be 90, let's say, and do the calculation. I just wanted to show you that it works for any value that you assume. So if x gets cancelled in both numerator and denominator, it means it is independent of what is the value of x, right? So 27 minus, so 5 and 5 anyway will get cancelled in the denominator, but before that, 27 minus 4 into 5, 20. 27 minus 20 is 7. And 18 minus 2 into 5 is 10. 18 minus 10 is 8. And then 5 and 5, x and x gets cancelled. So 7:8 is the final answer. 7:8. That's the gaining ratio. Again, let me tell you, you can do the same thing with assumption of values. Assume total profit is 90. Why am I taking 90? Because there are 9 parts. I mean, you can take 180, you can take 900, you can take 189 also. Assume total profit to be 90 rupees. Now divide 90 in the ratio of 4:3:2. 4 parts, 3 parts, 2 parts. So it will be 40, 30, 20. Divide the same 90 in the ratio of 3:2. So 5 parts, right? Each part is 18. So 3 18s is 54 and 2 18s is 36. So 40 becomes 54. Increment is how much? 14. 20 becomes 36. Increment is how much? 18. So 14 upon 18. 14 upon 18 is what? 7:8. So either way you get the same answer. The railway fares of air-conditioned sleeper and ordinary sleeper class are in the ratio of 4:1. So we are talking about fares. What is the fare ratio? For air-conditioned is to ordinary. The ratio is 4:1. This is fare ratio, right? Then the number of passengers. The number of passengers ratio for air-conditioned is to ordinary, right? Travel by air-conditioned sleeper and ordinary sleeper classes is 3:25. 3:25. The total collection was 37,000 for both the classes. Then how much did the air-conditioned sleeper passengers pay is the question. See, you got to understand that the total collection here is the product of the fare and the number of passengers. You understand? It's like price into quantity, right? Revenue is like price into quantity. So collection is also like revenue, which is the price into quantity. Quantity here is the number of passengers. You getting it? So what will be the collection ratio? The question now is, what is the collection ratio? Collection ratio for air condition is to ordinary. Simple. Multiply 4 with 3, multiply 1 with 25. 4 into 3, 12 is to 1 into 25, 25. This is the collection ratio. The collection ratio for air condition is to ordinary class is 12:25. The total collection is 37,000. So just break 37,000 in this ratio. What is he asking us to find out? How much did air conditioned sleeper passengers pay? How many parts? 12 parts. So air conditioned passengers paid how much? 12 parts out of total 12 plus 25, 37 parts. Multiplied by 37,000. How much will that be? 12,000. Option 3. Should not take more than 10 seconds. Right? Just multiply the two ratios. 4:1 and 3:25. The product will give you 12:25. Be careful. Here it is A:0 and A:0. So you can directly multiply. By any chance, if it is A:0 and O::A, then you have to, do the multiplication accordingly. You're able to follow. So be careful. These questions can sometimes be made tricky by changing the order of the variables, right? Anyways, option 3, 12,000 is the answer, which would take about 8 to 10 seconds maximum. A milkman makes 80% profit by selling milk mixed with water at ₹2 per liter. Compute the ratio of milk and water in the sold mixture if the cost price of 1 liter pure milk is 100/9. So basically there's a milkman who makes 80% profit by selling a milk and water mixture, right? By selling a mixture of milk and water. At what price? At rupees 2 per liter. At rupees 2 per liter. He's asking us to compute the ratio of milk and water in the mixture, in the sold mixture, if the cost price of pure milk is 100 by 9. Cost price of 1 liter pure milk is 100 by 9. So let's consider 1 liter only. The quantity as 1 liter. Overall quantity is 1 liter. The point is, the selling price of the mixture is how much? Rupees 2 per liter. The profit on the mixture is how much? 80%. Can you find out the cost price of the mixture from this? Yes, find out the cost price of the mixture. You're able to follow. This is mixture, not milk. Selling price is known to us, 2 rupees per liter. Mixture's profit is also 80%, is making 80% profit. When you know the selling price and profit, can you find out the cost price? Yes. What's the cost price of the mixture? The cost price of the mixture will come out to be what? See, it is like, 180% is 2 rupees, 100% is equal to what? You understand? Selling price is always cost price plus profit, right? So cost price is 100%, profit is 80%, selling price will be equivalent to 180%. So 180% is equal to 2 rupees. Cost price 100% is equal to what? So we can say it is 100 into 2 rupees by 180, right? So basically 5 times and 9 times. So 10 by 9. The cost price of the mixture is 10 by 9. 10 by 9. Remember the cost price of the milk. Cost price of the milk is how much? Cost price of the milk is 100 by 9 as per the question. Cost price of the milk is 100 by 9. The only thing that I have to find out is how much we have to find out the ratio of milk to water in the sold mixture. In the mixture, the cost price of milk, cost price of the mixture comes out to be 10 by 9. Cost price of pure milk is 100 by 9. This is per liter cost. This also is per liter cost. Now, like I said, the cost of the mixture is proportional to, you have to understand this point, is proportional to the quantity of milk. In the mixture. Why is it so? Since water is free. Water is free of cost. I mean, that's the assumption, consideration. Otherwise, it becomes even more complex, right? So this is the understanding that you must build. That the cost of the mixture, cost price of the mixture will be proportional to the quantity of milk. If you are using more milk in the mixture, the cost will become more. If you are using lesser milk, the cost will become less. Because only milk is being charged, right? The cost is only because of the milk, not because of the water. Water is free. Now, keeping this point also in mind, see, one simple understanding is immediately you should know that 1:9, you should know that 2 of these options can be eliminated very easily. You got to understand, try and understand. The milk is being sold only at 2 rupees per liter. What is the cost of, the mixture is being sold only at 2 rupees per liter. What is the cost of milk? 10 by 9, 100 by 9. 100 by 9 is equal to approximately 11 rupees, right? 100 by 9 is approximately 11 rupees. Cost of milk is 11 rupees. Cost of mixture is just 2 rupees. And, not the cost, the selling price. Selling price is just 2 rupees. And you're also making 80% profit, which means cost price of the mixture is much, much lesser, right? Yes or no? The cost price of the mixture is much, much lesser. From 11 rupees, it is, somewhere around 1 rupee, 1.2 rupees here, because 80% is profit. 10 by 9, right? So basically 1.11 rupee. So you should immediately get an idea that the quantity of water in the mixture is far, far higher than the quantity of milk. Only then this can happen, right? Something is costing you 11 rupees. You are mixing this 11 rupees item with some free water and then selling it 2 rupees and also making 80% profit. So obviously you are mixing a lot of water. The obvious understanding is you are mixing a lot of water. He's asking us to find out the ratio of milk and water. Remember, the water quantity should be far, far higher than the milk quantity. Which means the answer cannot be option 2 or option 3. It cannot be 9:1 or 9:2. Because when you're saying milk to water ratio is 9:1, for 9 liters of milk, you're adding only 1 liter of water. By adding just 1 liter of water, how can something costing at 11 rupees, being sold at somewhere around 2 rupees, give you 180% profit? Not possible. By mixing 9 liters milk and 2 liters water also, it's not possible. Water should be more than milk, obviously. So answer should either be 1:9, milk to water, or 2:9. That we can figure out easily. How is that? See, cost of milk is 100 by 9 means what? This is for 100% milk. If it is 100% milk, pure milk, you look at this word pure milk. If it is 100% milk, then you have to spend 100 by 9. So for what percentage milk will you spend 10 by 9? For 10% milk. You're able to follow? You have to do a cross multiplication here. For 100% milk quantity, pure milk, if 100% of the mixture is milk, then the cost is 100 by 9. So for what percentage of milk in the mixture will the cost be 10 by 9? 10%. Cross multiplication give 10%. I mean, direct relationship, right? You can find it out also. Question mark will be equal to 100 into 10 by 9 divided by 100 by 9. So 100 by 9, 100 by 9 gets cancelled. 10%. So I can say that milk is only 10% in the mixture. Milk is only 10% in the mixture. In the final mixture, see, this is with respect to mixture. This is with respect to pure milk. So in the mixture, which implies the mixture has got 10% milk. If it has got 10% milk, obviously remaining 90% is water. What else can it be? Total is 100% always. 10% is milk, 90% is water. What's the ratio of milk to water? 1:9. He's asking us to find out ratio of milk to water. Remember, milk to water is 1:9. Water to milk will be 9:1. You have to be careful. Milk to water. Milk is 10%. Obviously, water is 90%. What's the ratio? 1:9. Option 1 is the final answer. 1:9 will be the answer. Many of you had marked 9:1. You were correct. Numbers are correct. But the sequence is wrong. It's not 9:1. It should be 1:9. Option 1. 1:9 is the final answer. So a simple question. Don't go by the length of the explanation or the number of steps that we have put on paper. I think the only computation that you need to do is this. Look at this. The only points that you have to understand is find out the cost price of the mixture. This is important. This calculation is what you need to do. Or this is just a point that I've made, right? That the cost of milk is proportional to the quantity of milk. And this is the data given in the question. So don't waste your time by writing all these things. And this also is not required, right? Mixture, 10% milk, 90% water, all these things are known. Just calculate the cost price of the mixture. You know the cost price of the milk. That cost price is for 100% milk. So this cost price of mixture is for what percentage milk you find out. You getting it? This cost price for what percentage milk you have to find out. And then solve for it. So the point is, while many of you will solve it properly, in a hurry you will mark the wrong answer. Instead of 1:9, you may mark 9:1. So be careful at that instant.